Hi, are you an artist who sometimes feels a little bit foolish when you try to put your art and creative work out there? Well, acting like the fool might not be a bad thing, and perhaps one could say you need to be fearless like the fool. If you'd like to know more, stick around and I will explain exactly what that means in a moment. Hello there, I'm Sally and welcome to my channel Vaudeville Manor. I'm an artist who has battled with creative block on and off for the last couple of years, and recently I have been using tarot readings and the meanings of tarot to help me navigate my creative work and what it is I actually want in terms of my creative dreams. I have found this a really powerful tool. I've decided to create a series of videos that explore the meanings of the tarot cards a little bit further, in particular when it comes to creative block and some of the things that hold us back. If you'd like to know how tarot came into my life, my previous video explains all about that, but this is going to be the first video in the series where I'm going to be looking at the major arcana, and today we are going to look at the Fool card. So who is the Fool? Well, I hate to break it to you, but you are the fool. We are all fools going on this journey through life, and as artists we find ourselves constantly starting new journeys with our creative projects. Obviously the connotations of the fool in history have, I would say, probably slightly negative connotations, because when we think about court jesters and clowns, it's the character that lets themselves be taken fun of for the entertainment of others. Now, when it comes to tarot, tarot really looks at the innocent side of the fool. So yes, we make fun of the fool, but the fool is like your inner child, if you like, the person you were before life tarnished you with sort of negative experiences. And you know, when you were younger you went through life without fear, without sort of preconceptions. When you get stuck in your creative work, it's because you have allowed yourself to be overcome by perhaps preconceptions about how you should be or how you should conduct yourself. And what the Fool asks us is to kind of forget all that and really go back to basics. Try and find that person that you were born to be. And when we are looking at the meanings of tarot, in this instance the Fool, to help us to navigate creative block, you maybe need to ask yourself, have you become too maybe prescriptive in your thinking? Have you allowed what you think something should look like, or what you think your creative work should look like, rather than letting it unfold? Did you so the Fool is a very joyful card, and did you joyfully jump off the edge of the cliff without a care in the world, or did you sort of tentatively put your toe over the edge to sort of test the water, and felt a little bit afraid and maybe sort of held back when actually you didn't need to hold back, because the tools and the skill set that is unique to you is actually everything you need to be successful, but you just haven't realized it yet. And I think really that's what the Fool card asks us, is one, that you stay open to possibility. I mean, it's a bit of a cliche, but it's true. Feel the fear and do it anyway. And to let things evolve organically. So yes, you're going to make mistakes, but I think when we're using Fool energy, this character is not concerned about that at all. It's all about excitement. It's all about letting new experiences come into your life no matter what, but knowing that you're going to be a richer person for it. And I think you know, as a life lesson, that's wonderful anyway, but even with your creativity, acknowledge that you're going to have to go through the pain barrier. I know, for instance, I have definitely created some truly dreadful things, but if I hadn't have gone through that step-by-step process, I wouldn't have the work that I have now. And so you have to remember that every part of your creative practice is a stepping stone, and but are you willing to sort of go through those earlier steps to come through the other side? And when we take on full energy, that's the person we need to be. We need to, as I said, be fearless and just have this gut knowing that we are going to end up in the right place. So all tarot cards have an upright meaning and a reversed meaning, and I will explain both sides of the cards. The upright position typically is a more positive energy, whereas reversed is the energy, but it's a little bit skewed. It's not necessarily negative, but it may be that something is slightly missing, or you've got too much of it, or something like that. As I said, it's opposite, but on a slant, if that makes sense. So the upright meaning for the Fool is really about embarking on new beginnings with an open mind. And when we look at the reverse meaning for the Fool, that typically means that we are a little bit resistant to something new happening. It may be that we are coming to this new opportunity with sort of fear or intrepidation, or it could mean that we're going for it, but we've jumped in too quickly. So yes, we want the upright meaning of the Fool is that he's spontaneous, but I think he's spontaneous with like awareness. If the Fool is reversed, it could mean that we did it without much awareness, and that actually we were a bit naive. So when we're investigating the Fool card in the reverse position in terms of creative block, it could simply mean that you embarked on this creative journey, but actually, although you've got all the enthusiasm for it, it might just be that it's the wrong thing for you, and maybe with a little bit of planning or a little bit of tweaking, you would then get back into the right direction. So for instance, say I like hares. I do. I think they're magnificent animals. But maybe I decided that in my Etsy shop I wanted to do knitted hares or crocheted hares, and I sort of started, but I just wasn't feeling the vibe, when in fact what I should have been doing all along was playing to my strengths. Go with the theme of hares because it's something that I enjoy, but I should have been drawing them or painting them because that's my strength, that's what I do. And it's almost like yeah, so I hadn't planned it, I hadn't thought it through, and that's why I'm struggling, if that makes sense. Thank you so much for watching my video today. If you're struggling with creative block at the moment and you're looking ways to get yourself out of it, then please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing the whole of the major arcana for creative block. If you found that useful today or something resonated with you, then please like the video. If you thought some of the ideas that came up in this video were interesting and you'd like to go in a little bit deeper and explore these ideas further, over on my Patreon we are producing some journal art inspired by the cards. The full video is now up. With that, you will get a step-by-step video and create your own journal page inspired by the Fool. I will also provide images and prompts for you to download to stick onto your artwork, and there's other goodies on there too. I would love for you to join me over my Patreon channel. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, happy art making. Bye bye.